Hello everybody, this is Alex Bros with AE 3521 Flight Dynamics. Today we're going to be simulating the effects of gyroscopic motions from an aircraft propeller on all the aircraft's longitudinal and lateral motions. So we're going to be modeling an initial input type problem with an initial value of negative 30-degree pitch angle and angle of attack. Assumed from some downdraft or something, and we're going to see how this initial condition, this abrupt disturbance, how the gyroscopic moments come into play and affect all the different modes of the aircraft, both lateral and longitudinal. Alright, I'm going to walk us through the code here real quick. We want a system that we can model an LSIM with this initial condition here, which models the downdraft and a non-zero yaw rate. Yaw rate, not pitch rate. We're assuming zero pitch rate. And propeller data we can find online. We're assuming just a simplified rectangular thing for the propeller, about 2,000 RPMs for the angular velocity. System matrices are here, the longitudinal and lateral with the coupling terms inputted in there. And let's go ahead and see how this works. Alright, and here's the results of our LSIM command. First thing I'd like to point out is how this couples. So we had the initial input at angle of attack and pitch rate, these two right here, and the yaw rate. So this yaw rate should be affecting the pitch rate, in which it is. You see it almost tracks it perfectly. So it's hitting the same peaks here. And from there, after pitch rate gets going, it starts dictating its other the modes just take over. And like the fugoid we can see here, and longitudinal kind of just behaves accordingly based on that changing pitch rate after it gets going. Alright, so I kind of already talked about some of the modes here. Clearly in the air and pitch rate, oscillators, wild sports, and that's good reading too. Is the and attack. So that's all four levels. And it's pretty much we can kind of write in the blank one day, not go straight. Alright, so I kind of already talked about some of the modes that we see, but I'm going to go ahead and point out some of the specific ones that these gyroscopic motions kind of got going here, so to speak. So we can see a fugoid very well, and the airspeed and the pitch angle responses, and some short period going on with the angle of attack and pitch rate. And looking at our lateral, we see the Dutch roll and pretty much all four of them here. And then a little bit of the roll mode, I guess you could see here, as the roll angle kind of wants to stay at a non-zero, but eventually it'll make its way down there. So this is pretty much it. We have the yaw rate. You can see how the pitch rate follows that, and from there, these two just kind of, yeah, like totally. Alright, so to kind of summarize, we looked at a lot of the responses here, looked at some of the modeled the initial condition, the pitching, and the angle of attack, and yaw rate. So we assumed the aircraft was already oriented 30 degrees, and that the pitch rate already happened, so to speak, so that this yaw rate is non-zero, and these are the responses. Yaw changed, the pitch rate changed accordingly, almost not symmetric or anything, but we see it's very well tracked. The max and minimum coincide very well, and from there we have the respective longitudinal and lateral modes take over. So you can kind of see the angle of attack here and speed, they depend on pitch rate, and those changes occur from these gyroscopic motions. And this about concludes our simulation here. Thanks very much for watching, and to hell with Georgia, go Jackets.